What in the world can you make with $1 charger plates from Dollar Tree? Lots of different things, and I'm so excited to share with you some of those ideas today. Hi everyone, my name is Shannon and I want to welcome you here to my channel, The Daily DIYer. And today we're going to be turning these $1 inexpensive chargers from Dollar Tree into some pretty amazing and high-end things. I love these. If you ever go into the store, you can see that they actually have lots of different styles and colors and even prints. I want to show you this one that is matching me today actually, with the red and black buffalo check that says Deck the Halls. So definitely check out the kitchen section to see what you can find, and even the holiday area, because you never know what kind of good things you're gonna find that are seasonal. I love this one too, with the snowflakes on it and even a white and black buffalo check one. We're gonna turn all of these plates today into some amazing DIYs. So let's jump right into this first project. All right, so first up, we're gonna make a really super quick countdown to Christmas chalkboard using this black and white charger. Of course, you can use whatever charger you want. You can even find these in craft stores really inexpensively too, with lots of different patterns and prints on them. We're gonna stick with all Dollar Tree chargers today, and I just gave the middle of mine 2 coats of a black chalkboard paint that you can find at craft stores and even Walmart. I'm also adding a decal onto the bottom that says Days Until Christmas, but if you do not have a vinyl machine, you can just use a paint pen or regular paint and write that out yourself. I usually resort to these decals just because it's just easier for me with not having the best handwriting. So we're gonna go ahead and add that decal on there, and then you can also embellish this however you'd like. I decided to put a cute red and white striped bow at the top. It'll look a little bit like a candy cane and give it more of that festive look. So to make this bow, I just made 2 loops and attached them in the middle with some hot glue. That gave me a loop on each side, and I layered that with a second smaller one and just stacked those, hot glued those together, and that gave me a really quick and simple bow. And then to complete this bow, I thought it'd be kind of cute too to add a little embellishment to the tops. I also had a wooden snowflake on hand from Dollar Tree and just hot glued that right on the top there too, and hot glued the bow onto the top of this chalkboard. Then you can use this to count down your days until Christmas and use some regular chalk for that, erasing each day and changing the number out until you reach Christmas Day. Now we're going to dress up a simple silver charger with some half wooden beads, and I will definitely make sure to link these along with other supplies I'm using in this video so it makes it easy for you guys to find. If you want to recreate any of these wood beads are so stinking cute. It's kind of a nice combination of Christmassy colors like the buffalo check, a hunter green, white, plain red, and wooden beads. You can really get creative and come up with your own kind of pattern. I wasn't sure if I wanted these in the middle or around the outside edge of this charger, so I tried the middle first and then decided to put more around the outside edge. That way I had more in the middle to create a design. Now we're going to be using some super glue to attach these wood beads to the charger. You can use hot glue, but you're going to be more prone to having some pop off as it's not as permanent as a hot glue is. So I just put a dot on the charger and then put the wood beads one by one around the outside edge. Now again, I'm coming in with a decal for the design in the center of my plate. I found this one on the Cricut Design Space. You can also go on Etsy and find designs if you have a vinyl machine. You could paint on your own design, or you can even Mod Podge a design after just printing it with your printer and adding some Mod Podge on there. Whatever works best for you to create a design in the center of your charger. These bright red chargers were so pretty and glossy and reminded me of a peppermint. So that's what we're going to create for this project. You'll need some chalk paint and also a paintbrush. One that has that chiseled edge on it kind of helps with this project, but use whatever you have on hand. I'm also using a chalk marker here, starting in the center of the charger and kind of making a rounded half circle to the outside edge, and then going back to the center and creating another sort of wedged look. And that we're going to do all the way around this plate. That marker is just kind of giving us a guideline, and then we can go back in with our paint and paintbrush and fill it in. And then here is a tip, don't just paint the top, paint the sides too. That'll give your charger plate more of a finished look. And then once the paint is dried, you can display it with things sitting on your table or a coffee table with some accessories on it, or lean it up against the wall like I'm showing you here as a little accent piece. Now I'm going to show you another way to use this black and white buffalo check charger. We're going to turn it into a usable serving tray, and we're going to need a couple handles for this. These you can get from lots of different places. I like to get mine from Hobby Lobby when they're 50% off, because then they're only a couple dollars. So what I'm doing is just laying them across from each other on the outside edge and marking where those holes are going to need to be drilled so that we can make these a permanent part of this tray. So you can actually use it to pick up and move around if you need to. You'll need a small drill bit to drill through those little marks that we made on the tray. And make sure to put a piece of scrap wood underneath so you can drill through there all the way, and then we'll go ahead and just use a regular screwdriver to attach those handles onto both sides of this tray. If you are a Christmas fanatic, then I also want to mention my other YouTube channel, The Cozy Christmas Cottage, where yes, the whole thing is filled with nothing but fun and inexpensive, budget-friendly Christmas ideas, decor ideas, tips and tricks, life hacks, and so much more. So I'll make sure to link that down below and up in the iCards. You can check that out after this video. So I feel like this would be so cute in a kitchen, or especially on a coffee bar or a hot cocoa bar, so you could add all of those fun elements on there. Use it however you wish. This is just an example. Next up, we're also going to create this really fun project using these gorgeous gold chargers from Dollar Tree. They almost look too nice to ever be in Dollar Tree because they're like a very bright, brilliant gold. Dollar Tree also has these great pillar candles. They have battery powered tea lights in them. And then I'm also going to be using these great picks from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is really impressing me lately. They have these great picks. I'm using 3 of those along with these glittery berries and some styrofoam from Dollar Tree too. We're gonna make a gorgeous floral centerpiece, and what I'm doing is cutting my foam down so that my candles will sit on top of them, but I wanted them tiered in effect, so I cut 3 different heights and then hot glued them together and onto the plate. And now we can start adding our florals. I just always take these all completely apart so I can use them separately. And the goal here is to use the greenery first and then kind of embellish with some of the smaller elements like the berries and the pine cones. We want to make sure that we completely cover that styrofoam so you don't see that at all. So I kind of work in groups and sections and then set those candles on top, and then saw where I had other holes and filled those in with more greenery and berries. This one definitely impressed me the most because it turned out so gorgeous. But the fact that it looks high-end but only cost $9 total is just mind-blowing. This is such a beautiful piece, and I don't think anybody would ever know that it was from Dollar Tree items and was so budget-friendly. This next one is just super fun and simple to do too. We're gonna use one of these pretty red chargers again. I really liked it because it's gonna give us that pop of color, because we're also gonna turn this into a gingerbread man. So I have some brown chalk paint. I'm gonna paint out the center of this charger with 2 coats. And now that the paint is dry, we're gonna come in with that white chalk marker. You can also use paint pens or regular paint too, to make a wiggly circle all the way around the outside there. Let that dry, and then you can come in and add your gingerbread face to the middle. And then I'm just gonna embellish this a little bit with a simple bow hot glued onto the bottom to give them a little bow tie. I do have a tutorial that shows you how to make 4 simple Christmas bows. If you wanna learn how to do that, I'll link that up in the iCards and down in the description box. But how cute did this little guy turn out? He looks so cute tucked into the corner on my kitchen countertops with my baking snowman and little accessories. This next one could not be more quick and easy. We're gonna start with a gold charger from Dollar Tree for this. Use whatever color you want. And also some of these wooden snowmen from Dollar Tree, but we're gonna use them for feet to make a raised tray. I thought I would paint these guys out with some black paint to make them look a little bit less like snowmen and dress them up a little bit. So just using some black chalk paint to paint those out. Then we're going to use some super glue again to attach these onto the bottom as little feet on this charger. The super glue is going to be more strong than our hot glue and make these much more permanent. I decided to display this one in the center of my coffee table with a candle and some other Christmas accessories. So cute, and those little feet just dress it up and make it look a little bit more fancy. And now we're gonna work on this Snowflake Charger. I'm pretty sure this one is my favorite one. I love the snowflake details on it, and for $1, you just can't beat that. So it kind of inspired this snowy scene that I'm gonna create with it. Adding some Epsom salt to the center there. You can find that at Dollar Tree too. And then added some little mini houses that I've collected from the Target dollar spot over the years. And also some of these small bottle brush trees you can get from Dollar Tree to really set that snowy scene. And then to make this extra cozy, I have some little tea lights from Dollar Tree, the battery powered ones. And I kind of set these around in the snow and behind the houses so you kind of get that flickering glow through the windows. Now let's make a Christmas Eve cookies for Santa tray using a red and black buffalo check charger. Now I couldn't find any of them that didn't already have sayings on them, but this one that had the little words on the side was the best I could do for this one. So we're going to use the middle of it to create our cookies and milk for Santa and carrots for reindeer little space. So I found a cute design on Cricut Design Space, and I'm using this light pad. If you've never tried one of these, I'll link this one down below. It's kind of nice to help you weed out white vinyl, or any vinyl really, so you can see where you need to remove vinyl from. So just a little tip and trick there. It's not necessary, but it's a new toy of mine. It's definitely helped with weeding. And what I did is I'm actually cutting these all apart and then applying each design onto this plate one at a time, just kind of making room for it instead of the intended kind of rectangle design that originally came in. And that worked out really well to be able to squeeze everything I wanted onto this charger. And as I've said before, you don't have to have vinyl to recreate this. You can just use a paint pen or a chalk marker to draw it on. Just make sure to spray it with a clear matte spray so that way you get that sealed in there and you can use it year after year. Now we're going to go ahead and use one of these plates that does have the design in the middle because it's going to work perfect for us to add a wreath onto the front of. That way we have that cute design in the middle. We can see that design on the background too. And to attach the wreath onto the charger, you'll need to drill a couple holes in the top center of your plate and then just use some string or some jute to tie around your wreath and through those holes, tying a knot in the back to make sure it's nice and secured. And then you can also tie in an extra knot on the back, creating a loop. So you can also use that to hang your wreath from the front door or off of a nail on a wall. I would love to hear which one of these 10 charger plate hacks was your favorite. Leave those down in the comments below for me. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you are new so you can come back here for weekly new DIYs and inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one. Happy holidays!